Welcome to Wolves Weekly. I'm Barrett Henderson, the Director of Media Relations here at Western Oregon University. Joined once again by head coach Brady Bergeson. Coach, you had quite the team bonding experience with a long road trip last week, a long trip to Nampa, Idaho, and then Ellensburg, Washington, then back home.
You're right, we did. It's the longest actual bus trip of the year for us. 8 to 9 hours out to Nampa, about 5.5 to from Nampa to Ellensburg, and then 5 home. So we got a lot of good bus bonding time in there with the boys.
Do you guys watch like seasons 1 and 2 of Glee on the way there? I mean, what happens
amongst other things, yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Well, I'm glad you guys had, a good bus trip. A somewhat frustrating week for the Wolves on the court. 6-game win streak going into that road trip, but you had a pair of losses there. Northwest Nazarene just had an incredible shooting night on Thursday. Michael Loomis was 7 3-pointers himself. As a team, they made 15. They really just shot lights out.
They did. Got to give them a lot of credit, obviously. It's what they do. Systematically, they try to spread you, and they're definitely, in part, trying to beat you from the 3-point line. They did it that night. Michael Loomis, was everything we expected in terms of being able to shoot those. Most of those were at least fairly well contested, not all of them. We were a little disappointed in the way that we committed to guarding it out there. I think we realized that we made some mistakes and slip-ups, and with the Loomis kid, we let him get going early, which got him some confidence, and you could see that, as the game wore on. So we didn't control all the things we could control in that game, and I think our guys were left a little bit disappointed in that. We didn't defend well enough.
And that was a close one down to the wire, along with a second straight Saturday. You guys not only played an overtime, but played a double overtime at Central Washington, and another individual opponent who just had a phenomenal game, Mark McLaughlin, entered the game, top scorer in the GNI conference. He really showed why, and went 16 for 16 from the free throw line in the game.
Yeah, and as a team, you get a double overtime win. Both teams deserve a lot of credit for battling and competing, and there's a number of lessons to learn in situational basketball on both sides. He got going in the second half and carried them through overtime. He's got an unbelievable motor. I think he played 47 minutes, and we did a really good job on him in the first half. Get the ball out of his hands a little bit. He only had 1 field goal. He had some free throws in there. But you got to give him a lot of credit. I think we broke down defensively in the second half on him and couldn't sustain what we were trying to do defensively, and they took advantage of that. And, other than that, look, we had 2 or 3 chances to win the game legitimately, and needed to make a play, make a stop, and which we did some of, but, they got us, one-upped us, before time ran out, and that's the way it goes. So we that one will sting for a little bit. We're moving on. We've had a good day of practice today, and a lot of prep work to go, and so, it's not the kind of thing you can dwell on for a long period of time, but a loss is a loss, lessons are lessons, and we'll have to move on.
Yeah, we'll talk about this week's opponent. On Saturday, you guys are hosting St. Martin's, the travel partner here. They'll come right down I-5. Talk a little bit about what the Saints are bringing in.
They're tough, really tough, and they're playing really good basketball. They're another one of these teams that's playing better and better. I think everybody is right now in James. I think you should be, and I think everybody is. But they made 14 threes in each of the last 2 games. They lost both games, close, 1 or 2 possession games. So they're in everything. They're tougher than nails. They defend you really well. They run their stuff really well and execute. And they've got some guys now that are starting to really turn it on and on the perimeter and figure it out, and are really making plays, making shots. So they've got a really tough interior. They're deep inside, deeper than most teams are, and really physical down there. So they'll give us challenges on both ends of the floor and both inside, outside. We'll have to be ready to go and well prepared.
We talked a little bit about last week the parity in the Great Northwest Athletic Conference this season, and we've gone through about 4 weeks of conference play now, and as you mentioned, it's kind of anybody can beat anybody. We've seen a few upsets already. Seattle Pacific with a pair of losses, Western Washington with one loss, could have had a second loss. They've been in some close games. It's really been tight all the way around.
Yeah, it's at the point, and I thought conference might, sort of shape up a little bit like it is right now, and there's still so much to play. It's hard to project anything, but I don't know that I'd call anything an upset at this point in time, at this current juncture. We've got 2 more weeks before we get through the first round of conference, and dust will start to settle a little bit there. We'll see where people are at, but you're going to see a lot of one-possession games and a lot of buzzer beaters and a lot of big plays and big moments by really good players.
Well, you can watch Saturday's game on KWVT throughout the Willamette Valley and also on Woot TV as always. Coach, we appreciate you joining us today.
Thanks for having me.